How often do you find yourself thinking, I don't have enough time, or I wish I could get more done? We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but some people seem to accomplish so much more than others. The truth is, time isn't something that can be bought or saved. It's something we all need to use wisely. If you are feeling like your time is slipping away without you getting closer to your goals, it might be time to rethink how you are spending it. In this video, we're going to talk about 6 practical, real-world ways to stop wasting your time and start winning. You don't need to work harder or longer hours. What you need is to be smarter with your time, to prioritize what truly matters, and to cut out the distractions that slow you down. We'll dive into simple yet powerful strategies you can start using today to take control of your time and make it work for you. Whether you are struggling with procrastination, feeling overwhelmed, or just unsure where all your time is going, these steps can help you create more space for what truly matters. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have a clear plan to stop wasting time and start moving toward the success you've been dreaming of. The best part, it's all about small, actionable changes that will lead to big results. You'll be amazed at how simple shifts in your daily routine can make all the difference. Number 1, understand the true value of time. Time is the most precious asset you have. It doesn't come with a reset button, a pause option, or a rewind feature. Once a second ticks away, it's gone forever. Understanding its true value is one of the most important steps you can take to achieve the life you want. Most people don't fully appreciate this until it's too late. Until they look back on days, months, or even years they wish they'd used differently. Recognizing the worth of your time is the foundation for stopping wasteful habits and building momentum towards success. Think about it this way. Every day, you are given a new deposit of 24 hours. That's 1,440 minutes. It's yours to spend however you choose. What you do with it determines the quality of your life. People often act like time is unlimited. They'll say, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll get around to it someday. Or here is plenty of time. But is there? Think of the opportunities missed because of those words. What you need to realize is that every minute counts. Whether you are spending it working, relaxing, learning, or connecting with loved ones, it all adds up. The question is, are you spending your time in a way that supports the life you want? Imagine for a moment that time wasn't measured in hours, but in dollars. If you were handed $1,440 every day to spend, wouldn't you be careful about how you used it? You wouldn't waste it on things that didn't matter. You wouldn't throw it away without a second thought. You'd prioritize, plan, and make sure you were investing it in things that brought you value. The key is to adopt that same mindset when it comes to time. Start by reflecting on how you've used your time over the past week. Were there moments spent on activities that brought you closer to your goals or improved your quality of life? Or were there hours lost to distractions, mindless habits, or procrastination? Awareness is the first step to change. To fully understand the value of your time, consider what it represents. Time is the currency of your life. It's how you achieve your dreams, create meaningful relationships, and leave a legacy. When you waste time, you are not just delaying a task or missing a deadline. You are giving up the opportunity to move closer to the person you want to be. Every minute wasted is a moment of potential left untapped. One of the most impactful ways to start valuing your time is to connect it to your long-term goals. Picture the life you want 5, 10, or 20 years from now. Think about the skills you'll need, the relationships you want to build, and the milestones you want to reach. Then ask yourself, are the things you are doing today helping you get there? If the answer is no, it's time to make some changes. It's also helpful to consider how others value time. Successful people, whether they're entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, or leaders, don't have more time than anyone else. They have the same 24 hours in a day. The difference is they've learned to treat it as a limited resource. They focus on what matters most and eliminate distractions They don't spend hours on activities that don't align with their goals. They're intentional, and that intention makes all the difference. One practical way to start valuing your time is to create a schedule. Many people resist this because they feel it's too rigid. But the truth is, having a plan gives you freedom. When you know what needs to be done and when, you are less likely to waste time trying to decide what to do next. A schedule helps you focus on what's important and ensures that your day is aligned with your priorities. Another important step is to set boundaries. This means saying no to things that don't matter and protecting your time from unnecessary interruptions. It's easy to get caught up in obligations, requests, and distractions. But if you say yes to everything, you'll end up with no time for yourself. Learn to say no kindly, but firmly. Your time is valuable, and it's okay to protect it. When you start treating your time as something precious, you'll notice a shift. You'll become more intentional about how you spend your days. You'll start prioritizing tasks that have meaning and impact. You'll stop putting off things that matter, knowing that every moment is an opportunity to move closer to your goals. The truth is, understanding the value of time isn't just about productivity or success. It's about living a life that feels fulfilling. It's about being present with the people you care about, taking care of your health, and pursuing your passions. It's about making the most of every day so you can look back without regret. This isn't something that happens overnight. It takes effort, reflection, and a willingness to change old habits. But the results are worth it. When you start valuing your time, you'll find that your days feel richer. You'll accomplish more, feel more connected to your purpose, and experience a deeper sense of satisfaction. Every day is a gift. Every hour is a chance to grow, create, and contribute. When you truly understand this, you'll stop wasting time on things that don't matter. You'll start investing it in what does, and that's when you'll begin to win. Number 2, be honest about where your time goes. Understanding where your time goes is a crucial step toward making the most of it. It's not enough to simply feel like you are busy or assume your day is full of important tasks. The reality is, most people aren't fully aware of how they're actually spending their time. They move through the day, caught up in activities, distractions, and routines, without stopping to take a clear look at what's truly taking up their hours. If you are serious about using your time wisely, the first step is to get honest about where it's going. Start by tracking your time. For 1 week, write down everything you do. Be specific and detailed. Don't just say work or relax. Break it down into smaller pieces, like answered emails, scrolling on social media, or watching television. This exercise might seem tedious, but it's eye-opening. When you see your day laid out in front of you, patterns emerge. You may discover that activities you thought were small time, fillers, are actually taking up hours. Or you might find that tasks you assumed were productive don't contribute much to your goals at all. The goal here isn't to judge yourself harshly. It's about creating awareness. Once you know where your time is going, you can start making informed decisions about how to spend it better. You'll probably notice some time wasters right away. Maybe it's the habit of checking your phone every 10 minutes. Or maybe it's the extra hour spent on something that could have been finished more quickly. These small moments of lost time add up over days, weeks, and months, and they're often the reason people feel like they don't have enough time to achieve their goals. Being honest about your time also means recognizing the difference between what you think you are doing and what's actually happening. People often say, "I am too busy to exercise," or "I don't have time to learn that skill." But when they look at their time log, they realize they've spent several hours a week on activities like binge watching shows or endlessly scrolling through apps. Here is nothing wrong with downtime or entertainment, but if those things are eating into the time you could be using for something important, it's worth reevaluating. Once you've tracked your time, the next step is to categorize it. Group your activities into areas like work, personal growth, relationships, relaxation, and distractions. This will help you see how balanced or unbalanced your life really is. Are you spending too much time on work and not enough on your health? Are distractions taking over your personal growth time? When you categorize your activities, it becomes easier to identify where changes are needed. This process might also highlight some areas where you are not being as efficient as you could be. For example, maybe you are spending hours responding to emails or attending meetings that could have been shorter or even unnecessary. Efficiency isn't about rushing through tasks. It's about finding smarter ways to get things done. If you are honest with yourself about what's consuming your time, you can start finding solutions to make your day more productive. It's also important to recognize the emotional side of how you spend your time. Some activities feel urgent in the moment, but don't contribute to your long-term happiness or success. Other tasks might be avoided because they're challenging or uncomfortable, even though they're necessary for growth. Getting honest about your time means confronting these tendencies. Ask yourself why you are prioritizing certain activities and avoiding others. Is it habit, fear, lack of clarity about your goals? The more you understand the reasons behind your choices, the more control you'll have over how you use your time. Another key to this process is eliminating distractions. These days, distractions are everywhere. Notifications pop up constantly. Emails demand immediate attention. And social media is designed to keep you hooked. If you don't take control, these distractions can eat up hours without you even realizing it. Be honest with yourself about how often you are interrupted or pulled away from what really matters. Once you are aware of the problem, you can take steps to minimize it, like turning off non-essential notifications, setting specific times for checking emails, or creating a workspace free from distractions. Time management isn't just about cutting out the things that waste your time. It's also about making space for what truly matters. Being honest about your time means asking yourself what activities are most meaningful to you. Are you spending enough time on the things that bring you joy, fulfillment, and purpose? If not, why not? Often people get so caught up in the busyness of daily life that they neglect the things that really make life worth living. By being intentional about where your time goes, you can start prioritizing the activities that align with your values and goals. It's worth mentioning that this kind of honesty takes courage. It's not always easy to face the reality of how you've been spending your time. You might feel regret over wasted opportunities or frustration with habits you've let slip into your routine. But remember, awareness is the first step to change. Once you are honest about where your time is going, you have the power to take control and make better choices moving forward. Finally, use what you've learned to create a plan for your time. Decide which activities you want to prioritize, which ones need to be reduced or eliminated, and how you'll protect your time from distractions. Be proactive about scheduling your day in a way that reflects your goals and values. And don't forget to build in time for rest and relaxation. Using your time wisely doesn't mean working nonstop. It means creating a balance that allows you to thrive in every area of your life. By being honest about where your time goes, you can stop the cycle of waste and start building a life that feels meaningful and productive. This kind of clarity transforms not just your schedule, but your entire approach to achieving success and fulfillment. Number 3, learn the difference between busy and effective. Many people confuse being busy with being effective, but the two are not the same. Being busy often means filling your day with activity, but being effective means ensuring those activities lead to meaningful outcomes. It's easy to feel productive when your schedule is packed, but if the tasks you are doing aren't moving you closer to your goals, that busyness is just a distraction. This distinction is one of the most important realizations you can make if you want to stop wasting time and start achieving what truly matters. The first step is understanding what it means to be effective. Effectiveness is about identifying the actions that bring the most value to your life, career, or personal growth. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. This requires a shift in mindset. Instead of focusing on how much you are doing, focus on the quality and impact of what you are doing. Ask yourself if each task on your list aligns with your priorities, or if it's just a way to feel like you are staying busy. Being effective starts with clarity. Take a moment to define your goals and priorities. Without clear direction, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of tasks that seem urgent but aren't important. Once you know what truly matters to you, you can evaluate your activities to see if they contribute to those goals. This evaluation often reveals that much of what fills your day is either unnecessary or could be delegated, streamlined, or eliminated altogether. One of the traps people fall into is saying yes to too many things. It might feel good in the moment to agree to every request, but overcommitting often leads to burnout and diluted effort. When you are stretched too thin, it becomes impossible to give your best to what really matters. Learning to say no to low-priority tasks is a skill that can significantly boost your effectiveness. Saying no isn't about being selfish. It's about preserving your energy for the things that truly deserve it. Another common pitfall is multitasking. While it might seem like doing several things at once is more efficient, it often leads to lower quality work and takes longer overall. Switching between tasks disrupts your focus and can make even simple tasks feel overwhelming. To be effective, concentrate on one task at a time. Give it your full attention until it's done, then move on to the next. This single-minded focus not only improves the quality of your work, but also helps you complete tasks more quickly. It's also important to recognize that not all tasks are created equal. Some have a significant impact on your goals, while others are merely busy work. Learning to prioritize is a critical skill. Start each day by identifying the most important things you need to accomplish. These are the tasks that will move you closer to your objectives. Focus on them first, before you get caught up in less important activities. This approach ensures that even if you don't get through your entire to-do list, you've made meaningful progress where it counts. Time management tools can also help you become more effective. Use calendars, planners, or digital apps to schedule your tasks and keep track of deadlines, but don't just fill your schedule for the sake of being busy. Leave space for deep work, creative thinking, and even rest. Effectiveness isn't about cramming every minute of the day with activity. It's about using your time wisely to produce the best possible results. Procrastination is another major barrier to effectiveness. Delaying important tasks not only wastes time, but also creates unnecessary stress. If T here is something you've been avoiding, tackle it first. Often, the anticipation of a task is worse than the task itself. By getting it out of the way early, you free up mental energy to focus on other things. Distractions are another challenge that can undermine effectiveness. In today's world, it's easy to be pulled away by constant notifications, emails, or social media. To stay effective, create an environment that minimizes distractions. Turn off non-essential alerts, set boundaries around your work time, and create a dedicated space for focused work. When you control your environment, you take control of your attention. Effectiveness also requires self-awareness. Pay attention to how you are feeling throughout the day. Are you working when your energy is at its peak, or are you trying to push through when you are tired and unfocused? Aligning your tasks with your natural energy levels can make a big difference. Tackle challenging tasks when you are most alert, and save simpler tasks for when your energy dips. Another aspect of being effective is continuous improvement. Take time to reflect on how you are working and look for ways to improve. Are there tasks that could be automated or streamlined? Are you spending too much time on things that don't matter? Regularly reviewing your habits and routines helps you identify areas for growth and ensures you are always working toward becoming more effective. It's also worth remembering that effectiveness isn't just about work. It applies to every area of life. Are you spending quality time with your family, nurturing your health, or investing in personal growth? Being effective means aligning your actions with your values in all aspects of life, not just your career. It's about creating a sense of balance and purpose that makes your efforts feel worthwhile. Ultimately, Effectiveness is about focusing on what matters most and letting go of the rest. It's about being intentional with your time and energy, rather than letting your day be consumed by distractions and low priority tasks. When you shift your mindset from being busy to being effective, you'll find that you not only achieve more, but also feel more fulfilled. This change doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent effort and a commitment to growth, you can transform the way you approach your time and your goals. Number 4, develop the discipline to decide. Making decisions is a critical skill that shapes the direction of your life. Every choice, whether big or small, carries consequences that can push you forward or hold you back. The ability to decide with clarity and confidence is not something that comes naturally to everyone, but it is a skill you can build over time with effort and practice. When you learn to make decisions effectively, you start taking control of your life instead of letting circumstances control you. A good decision begins with knowing your priorities. Without a clear sense of what matters most, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the sheer number of choices you face every day. Start by identifying the areas in your life that are most important to you, such as your health, career, relationships, or personal growth. Once you understand what truly matters, you can evaluate your options based on whether they align with these priorities. This clarity helps you avoid wasting time on things that don't contribute to your goals. It's important to recognize that not deciding is also a decision. Avoiding choices doesn't make the problem go away. It only delays the inevitable and often makes things worse. Indecision can lead to missed opportunities and increased stress. To overcome this, commit to making a choice, even if it feels uncomfortable. Remember that no decision is perfect, and every choice involves some level of risk. What matters is that you take action and learn from the outcome. Making decisions requires gathering information, but it's crucial not to get stuck in analysis paralysis. Spending too much time weighing options can leave you feeling stuck and unable to move forward. Instead of trying to find the perfect solution, aim for the best possible choice based on the information you have. Set a deadline for making your decision to keep yourself accountable and prevent endless deliberation. Listening to your instincts can also be a powerful tool in the decision-making process. While logic and analysis are important, your gut feelings often provide valuable insights that shouldn't be ignored. These instincts are the result of your experiences and knowledge. Even if they're not always easy to articulate, pay attention to how you feel about a decision and use that as one of the factors in your evaluation. When faced with a tough decision, consider the potential long-term impact of each option. Will this choice bring you closer to your goals or lead you further away? Sometimes the right decision is not the easiest one in the short term, but it pays off over time. Thinking ahead and considering the bigger picture can help you make choices that are aligned with your values and aspirations. It's also helpful to seek advice from trusted individuals who have experience or insight in the area you are dealing with. While the final decision should always be yours, the perspectives of others can provide new ideas or help you see things from a different angle. Be open to feedback, but stay true to what feels right for you. Ultimately, no one else can fully understand your unique situation and goals. Once you've made a decision, commit to it fully. Doubting yourself or constantly second-guessing your choice only undermines your confidence and wastes valuable energy. Trust that you've made the best decision you could with the information available at the time. Even if things don't turn out as planned, every decision provides an opportunity to learn and grow. Adjustments can always be made along the way, but progress starts with taking the first step. Over time, you'll find that the ability to decide becomes easier with practice. Each decision you make builds your confidence and strengthens your ability to handle challenges. The more you trust yourself, the less time you'll spend worrying about making mistakes. This doesn't mean you'll never face uncertainty or doubt, but you'll develop the resilience to navigate those moments with a clearer mind and a stronger sense of purpose. Making decisions also involves letting go of the fear of failure. No one can predict the future with absolute certainty, and every choice carries some level of risk. Accepting this reality allows you to approach decisions with a mindset of growth and learning. Even if a choice doesn't work out as expected, it can still provide valuable lessons that help you make better decisions in the future. One of the most empowering aspects of decision-making is realizing that you have the ability to shape your own life. Every choice you make contributes to the path you are on, and taking responsibility for those choices gives you a sense of control and ownership. This doesn't mean you'll never face obstacles or setbacks, but it does mean you have the power to respond to them in a way that aligns with your goals and values. Learning to make decisions also involves setting boundaries and protecting your time and energy. Not every opportunity or request deserves your attention, and it's okay to say no to things that don't align with your priorities. Being selective about where you invest your resources ensures that you are focusing on what truly matters and not spreading yourself too thin. The ability to decide with confidence and clarity is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. It allows you to take control of your life, focus on what's important, and make progress towards your goals. With each decision you make, you are building a foundation for a more intentional and fulfilling life. The key is to stay committed, learn from your experiences, and trust in your ability to navigate the challenges that come your way. Number 5, say no to what doesn't matter. Focusing on what matters most requires the ability to say no to things that don't align with your goals or values. It's a skill that can be uncomfortable at first, especially if you are used to saying yes out of habit, obligation, or fear of disappointing others. However, learning to prioritize your time and energy is one of the most powerful ways to take control of your life and make meaningful progress. Saying no doesn't mean you are selfish or unkind. It simply means you recognize the value of your time and want to invest it in things that truly matter. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your priorities, you are saying no to something else, something that could be more important or fulfilling. This is why it's crucial to be deliberate about your choices and not let external pressures dictate how you spend your time. Before you can say no with confidence, it's important to have a clear understanding of your goals and values. Take the time to reflect on what's most important to you, whether it's personal growth, career advancement, spending time with loved ones, or pursuing a passion. When you have a strong sense of purpose, it becomes easier to evaluate requests and opportunities based on whether they support or distract from your goals. One of the biggest challenges in saying no is overcoming the fear of rejection or criticism. It's natural to want to be liked and accepted, but constantly trying to please others can lead to burnout and resentment. Remember that you are not responsible for meeting everyone's expectations, and it's okay to set boundaries that protect your well-being. The people who truly respect and value you will understand and appreciate your honesty. When you decide to say no, it's important to communicate your decision clearly and respectfully. You don't need to provide lengthy explanations or apologies. A simple, straightforward response is often the best approach. For example, you could say, "I appreciate the opportunity, but I am unable to commit to this right now," or "Thank you for thinking of me, but I need to focus on other priorities." By keeping your response concise and polite, you can decline without feeling guilty or awkward. Another way to make saying no easier is to practice it in low-stakes situations. Start by turning down small requests or opportunities that don't align with your goals, and gradually work your way up to more significant decisions. With practice, you'll gain confidence in your ability to prioritize your time and energy effectively. It's also helpful to anticipate situations where you might feel pressured to say yes and prepare your response in advance. For example, if you know a colleague frequently asks for help with tasks that aren't your responsibility, you can plan a polite but firm response that sets clear boundaries. By being proactive, you can avoid feeling caught off guard and make decisions that align with your priorities. Saying no doesn't mean you have to close the door completely. In some cases, you might want to offer an alternative or compromise that works better for you. For example, If you are asked to take on a project you are not interested in, you could suggest someone else who might be a better fit. This approach allows you to maintain positive relationships while still honoring your own needs and priorities. It's also important to recognize that saying no is not just about turning down external requests. It's about saying no to distractions, bad habits, and anything else that takes you away from your goals. This might mean limiting your time on social media, cutting back on activities that don't bring you joy, or letting go of relationships that no longer serve you. By being intentional about what you say no to, you create space for the things that truly matter. Over time, you'll find that saying no becomes less about avoiding unnecessary obligations and more about creating a life that aligns with your values and aspirations. It's a mindset shift that allows you to take ownership of your choices and focus on what's most important. While it may not always be easy, the rewards are well worth the effort. You'll have more time and energy to devote to the things that bring you fulfillment and help you grow. As you practice saying no, you'll also develop a greater sense of self-awareness and confidence. You'll learn to trust your instincts and make decisions that feel right for you. Even if they're not popular or conventional, this self-assurance will help you navigate challenges and setbacks with resilience and clarity, knowing that you are staying true to yourself and your goals. By learning to say no to what doesn't matter, you are not just protecting your time and energy. You are making a statement about what you value and who you want to be. It's a powerful act of self-respect and empowerment that sets the stage for a more intentional and fulfilling life. Every time you choose to say no to something that doesn't align with your goals, you are saying yes to your future, your potential, and your dreams. Number 6, audit your time. Taking control of your time begins with understanding exactly how you are spending it. It's easy to get caught up in the rhythm of daily life, allowing one day to blur into the next. But when you take a step back and audit your time, you are giving yourself the clarity you need to make better choices. The goal here isn't to judge yourself or feel guilty. It's about gaining awareness and making intentional decisions about how you want to use your most valuable resource, your time. Start by tracking how you spend your time over the course of a week. This doesn't need to be complicated. Simply jot down what you are doing throughout the day, from the moment you wake up to when you go to bed. Keep it simple and accurate. It can be eye-opening to see the amount of time you spend on different activities, especially those that don't bring you closer to your goals. The first thing you'll likely notice is that much of your time is spent on things that don't matter as much as you think. These activities might seem insignificant at first, but they add up and can easily steal hours away from what's truly important. Be honest with yourself when tracking your time. If you spend hours scrolling through social media or binge watching shows, write it down. If you get caught up in unnecessary meetings, check emails more than you need to, or have conversations that don't contribute to your well-being. Record it. This is about understanding where your time is really going so that you can make better choices moving forward. It's easy to blame external factors for our lack of time, but in reality, we are in control of how we spend it. Once you've identified where your time goes, you can make conscious decisions to cut back on the things that aren't serving you. Next, categorize your activities. Some things are essential to your success, health, and happiness, while others are merely distractions. Begin by separating activities that help you grow, both personally and professionally, from those that hold you back. Maybe you spend time reading or learning new skills. These activities should be prioritized. On the other hand, time spent on things that don't contribute to your growth, such as watching too much television, mindlessly browsing the internet, or engaging in negative or unproductive conversations, needs to be minimized. Look for patterns and trends in how you use your time. Is there a particular time of day when you are most productive, or a time when you are easily distracted? Recognizing these patterns helps you make adjustments that suit your natural rhythms. For example, if you are most focused in the morning, consider scheduling your most important tasks during that time. If you tend to lose focus in the afternoon, try to incorporate short breaks or less demanding tasks into that part of the day. Also, pay attention to how much time you are dedicating to tasks that don't bring you joy or fulfillment. It's easy to fall into the trap of doing things out of obligation or habit, but it's important to ask yourself if those activities are really contributing to your overall happiness and success. If not, it's time to consider whether you can eliminate or delegate those tasks. One of the most powerful ways to audit your time is to assess how you spend your leisure time. Many people claim they don't have time to pursue their goals or passions. But when you take a closer look, you might find that you are actually wasting hours in ways that don't align with your deeper desires. For example, you might spend several hours a week on activities that don't bring you any real joy or fulfillment. Maybe it's scrolling through social media, watching television for hours, or even engaging in activities that drain your energy and leave you feeling unproductive. These are the things that, over time, chip away at your potential. Auditing your leisure time allows you to be more intentional with how you recharge and relax. Another key part of auditing your time is considering how much time you spend around other people. Are the people you spend the most time with encouraging your growth and supporting your goals? Or are they distracting you and pulling you away from what matters most? It's not always easy to make changes in your social circles, but being around people who align with your values and aspirations can have a powerful impact on your own success. If you find that certain relationships are holding you back or draining your energy, it's okay to set boundaries or reconsider how much time you spend with them. Once you've completed your time audit, it's time to take action. Start by cutting back on activities that don't contribute to your goals or happiness. This doesn't mean you need to eliminate all forms of entertainment or relaxation, but you should make sure that these activities don't take up the majority of your time. Instead, replace them with activities that are more aligned with your values and aspirations. For instance, you could spend less time on social media and more time reading, exercising, or working on personal projects. Consider creating a schedule or routine that helps you stay on track. Having a clear plan for how you want to spend your time each day gives you structure and helps you avoid falling into old habits. A schedule doesn't need to be rigid or overscheduled, but having a general framework for your day can make it easier to stay focused on what matters most. It's also important to be mindful of how you use your time in between tasks. Sometimes it's the small pockets of time that add up. Instead of wasting these moments scrolling through your phone or getting distracted, use them to check in on your goals, reflect on your progress, or plan your next steps. You'd be surprised at how much you can accomplish when you make the most of these in-between moments. Remember that auditing your time isn't a one-time activity. It's an ongoing process that requires you to continually assess and adjust your priorities. Life is always changing, and so are your goals and circumstances. By making time audits a regular part of your routine, you'll stay on track and ensure that you are consistently investing your time in the areas that matter most. The more intentional you become with your time, the more you'll see positive changes in your life, whether it's in your personal growth, your relationships, or your professional success. You have the power to create the life you want. But it all starts with being aware of how you are spending your time. I hope you've picked up some useful tips on how to stop wasting time and start winning. The truth is, it's not about having more time. It's about using the time you already have in the best way possible. Every small change you make, every decision to focus on what truly matters, brings you one step closer to your goals. Take what you've learned today and start applying it. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment to start right now. Start small, stay consistent, and remember, it's about progress, not perfection. You have the power to take control of your time and shape your future. Don't let distractions hold you back. Be intentional with your time, make every moment count, and watch how your life starts to shift for the better. Thank you for watching. I believe in your ability to make these changes and see real results. Now, it's up to you. Take action, keep moving forward, and start winning today.